Many of us are wearing spectacles. Is the job getting done by something else also? Laser treatment. You've gone one step ahead. I was talking about lenses. So, job is got. So always there is a scope. The point I want to make that they will teach you the details also. The point is that हमें ऐसा लगता है the bucket is full. That means in 2025 the world or India has reached to such point. तो बोले सर प्रॉब्लम से बोल रहे हर चीज तो अवेलेबल है अभी सब चीज का सॉल्यूशन है हम क्या करें? It's not like that. There is always a better solution in the universe, and if you believe that this universe will help you and support you, say that I am a design thinker or I am a design thinking practitioner now. So this is little bit about job to be done. I gave you some examples, I did not tell you much theory. And last part coming to the solutions we develop, value propositions. The first, I think basics are very clear in this class, and I really thank our Vadmani Foundation trainers here that you spoke about observation and problem solving. When you solve a problem, you are going to develop a product or a service, a solution. And one very important thing about that solution, it has to be unique. Unique matlab? It should be special. Somebody says special, something different. Sometimes something different becomes too different. It happens. And sometimes society finds it very difficult to adapt. But you have to make that too different to more acceptable. You don't have to compromise with the solution. Maybe you have to study more about what society exactly looking at and needs. So one very important thing somebody mentioned about spatial, I will use that word. It should be unique, it should be spatial. So there are solutions to the problem, but the current solutions are not able to help this. So I am bringing something new, which is creating new business model. Naya business aa raha hai. And if you create one small business model, you might have heard now people are using the flowers from the temples and processing them, creating incense sticks and so many. It's become very popular. We are so huge as a country. Any place wherever we go and worship, or you go to banks of the rivers, you have so many flowers getting wasted. So, see, it's a double way impact. You are not going to pollute your rivers. At the same time, you are creating best from the best. 4 more women, they will process. You will buy small machines, so you are having a vendor. So, आप कितने लोगों का पेट भरते हो? अगर आप 40 kg flowers पे भी काम करते हो, तो आप 8-10 लोगों का पेट भरने लगोगे. And I will tell you, these innovations are happening. Our School Innovation Council, Mayur might have spoken to you about School Innovation Council. 4 to 5 schools in the country have submitted this report, and they are actually doing. And one school is actually doing. I don't remember. They are from Uttar Pradesh somewhere, right? Uttar Pradesh. And it's there in my office. The school is helping students to sell. Every day 2 hours in the school, they have helped the students and teachers to have the facility. This is one example. It can be plastic also. Can be flour. It's not about waste only. There can be 100 things which you can become supplier. Right? You know, we are in this NRCM Reddy college. Like this, there are so many engineering colleges. I visited one of the colleges. I just avoid the name, being a government officer nowadays. Okay, so I'll avoid the name of the college. They have created, like here they will show you today something called as IDE lab. They have a lab, they have machines, printings, everything. Whatever memento, kids, anything they are creating, they create in their own lab with laser cutting machines. Anything they print, even the banners, flex, certificates, everything they print, and it's an internship for 7 days for their students. What a model. Now, is this an innovation? Is this unique? Yes. It is innovation? Yes. It is very new? No. These printing machines available outside. No, it is process innovation. That's why it is new. But college is covering its cost because it is very low cost when you do inside. Plus, students, for them it's a 20 marks for higher education students. And these kind of bootcamps, whatever is coming to your table or your bags, stickers, flags, mementos, certificates, everything printed inside the campus. And it's the job work for students, internship for students, marks are there, engineering students are working. It's a process innovation. So coming to the value proposition solution again, solution should be unique. It can be very new to the world or it can be new to the sector. See, this printing and all thing is not new to them, but the process what they have done is new. So uniqueness, people many times misunderstand uniqueness. Uniqueness means it has to be out of this world. इस दुनिया में नहीं ऐसा कुछ, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Universe is very powerful, right? So हमेशा कुछ इनोवेटर्स ऐसा सोचते कि and then we get confidence चला जाता है हमारा. We lose the confidence कि अरे एकदम नया कहाँ से लाए. ऐसा नहीं, एकदम नया नहीं लाना. Start with basics and you will learn how to get the new one. Unique one. So आपका solution unique होना चाहिए. Second, solution economically feasible होना चाहिए. I'll quick closely. I close now quickly. Economically flexible तो आप कुछ बना रहे हो. I gave 3 examples. Plastic waste collecting granules, selling to industry. Plastic waste converting to bags. Reacher का plastic waste converting to shoes. Why shoes is so costly? You know, not only the process unique है. The thing is, the more money is not going in making shoes. More money is going into, there is a tempo traveler or the small rickshaw which goes and collects the plastic free of cost. Uska diesel, driver, labor, kachra, sorting. This is very costly. So some companies in processing close down, mostly in this waste processing industry, the more money goes into this. So many ideas when we come, economic feasibility, we will do this, but at a scale, when you want to create an impact, you have to do it at a scale. 2, 5, 10 people will not help you. At least one town, one city, you have to do something, right? So when you do it at a scale, economic feasibility has to come. And that's where Rajesh Rai, King's Pressing, that's where CSR funding will come. If some company supports, because now there is the CSR funding, they will give you 10 lakh rupees, okay, we will cover this cost. Fine. Then you are able to solve the problem, generate the employment also. So second point is, your solution should be economically feasible. जो आप बना रहे हैं. Sometimes economically feasible नहीं है. Flower waste वालों का भी वही problem है. Collection में ही पैसा बहुत जाता है. बनाना तो easy है. Because people are not going to give you 500 rupees for one essence sticks box. People will give you 100 rupees only. So economic feasibility operations में आपको लाना है उसको बनाने. Yeah. School में भी you can come up with rocket science solutions, right? But your principal will say, boss, अपना छोटा school है 300 people, what you want to do? Tell me. I can give you 10,000, 20,000, not 2 lakh rupees, right? So economic feasibility हमेशा देखना. And we have in India very nice way called as जुगाड़. Go frugal, use resources from home, use resources from school, waste resources from school. Yeah. Third thing, your solution should be politically palatable. Politically palatable means politically acceptable होना चाहिए. आप ऐसा कुछ लेके आ रहे हो जो स्कूल की मैनेजमेंट को ही चैलेंज कर रहा है. बोलेंगे टाटा, बाय बाय. This should not stop you, but thinking of new ideas. When I say politically, it's not about politics. It's about acceptance by the larger society. Acceptance by the larger. See, we have law and order in society, right? You are bringing something which accepted by the larger society. It should be good for the people, good for the society. It should not be something which is not adding any value. Otherwise, it will not be politically valid. Next is, your solution should be feasible, practically feasible to implement. Otherwise, when we discuss sometimes, even in classroom in higher education, students or teachers, when we go, they give something which requires PM Modi's intervention in the system. So don't bring solutions which will require the topmost authority of the country or the state to intervene. It's impossible. नहीं, देश में ऐसे होना चाहिए. आप लिखो, जरूर लिखो, डिबेट करो. But your solution should be practically implementable. We have to think at our own execution model. Otherwise, should be, we used to talk this to students. In should be, we can write anything, no? In India, it should be. Like this, India should do this. We can do. Look at our team size, our place, and what is that we can do. So our solutions should be practically also feasible to implement. So these are 3-4 aspects when you work on solutions after observation, understanding the problem, defining the problem, and when you start solving the problem, you have to look at economic feasibility, uniqueness, speciality, acceptability. Yeah. And then I think you are being taught that customer is the king. All of us are customers. Try to understand when you buy anything in market, how choosy you are. Look at ourselves. आपने खुद को कभी एज अ कस्टमर ऑब्जर्व किया है? सेशन के बाद 2 मिनट आंख बंद करके खुद को एज अ कस्टमर ऑब्जर्व कीजिए. ऑल ऑफ अस आर समटाइम्स बैड कस्टमर्स आल्सो. टू डिमांडिंग, ये चाहिए, ऐसा चाहिए. हाँ. So when you work on new ideas, you imagine every person sitting next to you is also a customer, you are also a customer. So think on those lines. It will give you so many new ideas also. And you yourself will not be happy with the way you are using things and like that. And it's good to be upset like this with yourself. So if something is disturbing you in this moment, when we as a country progressing towards Viksit Bharat 2047, if something is disturbing you, it's good. If it is not disturbing you, it's not good for me. Yeah. What is that? I think in some movie it is said, no? आँखों में परेशानियां लेके चल रहे हो तो जिंदा हो तुम, right? तो दिल में हैरानियां लेके चल रहे हो तो जिंदा हो तुम. अगर आप परेशान हैं, something is disturbing you, it's good for the country. If you're settled down, if you're completely settled down, okay, it's like an, what do you call it?
मुर्दा आदमी के बारे में.
मुर्दा आदमी के बारे में. One of the teacher, comfort zone. Yeah. So, no, I was about to use a word called Python. You know, अजगर होता है. हाँ. पड़ा रहता है. Right. You should not be Asgar. Python. Right. So this is what I wanted to share, and as Professor Ismail Atmani is here, with the story I will hand it over to you, because Mayur knows that I share your story, and your story has become a national story. But I request Ismail maybe to take some part, story plus anything else you want to share with whatever I have shared, if you have difference of opinion, because we kept fighting many times about this should be like that. And so Mr. Ismail Atmani, first of all, very good friend, but he's also trainer with Wadhwani Foundation for last 8-9 years. As he happened to work here very close, Mahindra University, and we never met in the last 2-3 months. So I invited him for a breakfast, and he said, if you can come to my classroom, that will be also great. So thank you so much, Ismail. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Okay. What time is it now? Well, you understand a little bit of Hindi, right?
Yes.
Right? Puncha? No?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you the question again. कितना बजा है? घड़ी में ही बजा रहा है तो ठीक है, चेहरे पे नहीं करना. Right? Okay. So once again, good morning everyone. Good morning. Come on, this is a class of teachers. You go to walk into a class and you say good morning, and this is the kind of a dead response you get. What happens to your energy? You know, there's only one motto of my life, and that says karma is a beaches. B-E-S-E-H-E-S, by the way, okay? Right. So, the amount of energy you show here in these 2-3 days of boot camp, you have my Ashirwad, you will get exactly the same energy in your classroom. So, if you sit dead over here, happy having a dead class for the next 2 years. Okay? Good morning.
Good morning.
Very good. Thank you so much. So Yogesh sir started by saying, something about teachers. I'll tell you the reason I agreed to be here when he said you come and you talk. The only reason I agreed to come and so can speak for 5-10 minutes is very, very personal. And you know what's the most personal, most strong emotion that we can have as human beings?
We can share our feelings with our loved ones.
Yeah, but what feeling is the most intense? Basically, you can do anything. More than what you will be willing to do in love, you can do in that feeling.
Friendship, love, respect, emotional connection, opening order.
There's one feeling that makes you do things that you will not do with any other feelings.
Love.
No, beyond.
Jealous.
Closer. Yes, very good. Close. Okay. Ego, what else? You're getting close. Envy, getting closer, yes. Jealousy, envy. I'm getting, अंदर का सब निकल के आ रहा है. Good. This is all being recorded by the way. Very close, ma'am. Very close.
Frustration.
No. Dushman we got closer. No, not competition. Dushmani. One more step closer. Yeah. One more step closer. Very good. Enemy, Dushmani, what else?
Revenge.
Very close, very close. You're getting close. 3 words I give you is close. Dushman, Dushmani, enemy. They're very close.
Revenge.
Revenge. Can we have a round of applause for the most revengeful person in this room? So you can mess up with anybody in this class, but not ma'am. Revenge is the most powerful emotion, right? You do anything. Revenge, and you see all the movies. Most of the movies, the entire movie, 2.5 hours. Most of the movies, 2 hours. The hero is so weak, he cannot do anything. He's such a pathetic loser guy. And then something happens. Somebody is killed. The villain kills his family members or does something, and then comes his revenge. Yeah, the moment that revenge thing, that guy, if you see Durandar when he's on the that using a character, he's towards the end, he's almost very helpless. And then that scene plays into his mind when that guy was clapping for that terrorist attack. And then that revenge feeling comes in. And he again stands up. So that's the feeling I am here for.
No, just explains this.
Yes, because all my life, when I was a student, right? Every day I would go to classroom, especially when I was a kid, and I made a promise to myself then, right? And एक बार जो मैंने commitment कर ली तो फिर मैं योगेश सर की भी नहीं सुनता. That one day I take my revenge, and the revenge. The problem was that every day the teacher would come into the hand and say, "Hold your hands." And उस दिन कसम खाया था कि एक दिन मौका मिलेगा. Well, I'll sit in a hall full of classrooms, and I'll give them the test of their own medicine. So today is that मौका. Yes, मौके पे लगाएंगे चौका. So a humble or not so humble request, and because Yogesh sir is here, I can say it's an order also. Fold your hands. मजा आता है. Fold your hands. You have to. Otherwise you don't get certificates. Yeah, please take a photo of everybody who's not folding their hands. If they are not following the instructions, everybody from the AICTT, I am personally observing. This is my phone number to record. Please fold your hands, everybody. Quickly. Yes, people in the last, I can see you. I have a tunnel vision. Don't think that you are being spared. I'll stand on. Everybody, sir, fold your hands, please. You have to fold your hands, I tell you. Whatever it is, but you are a part of it, you are not escaping, right? Okay? Good?
Shall I take a stick?
No, I have a sharp also. So, anybody who does not follow my instructions in a class, starting tomorrow, every time you get into the shower, you will start dropping 256 hair. Right? So, you have options. Either you fold your hands, or either you take the sharp. Now, there are some people in this room, I can say, they say, sir, koi fark nahi padta. Nothing to lose. Right? For those people, the sharp works ulta. If you have nothing to lose, from tomorrow you start having 2 hair. Okay. Fold. Okay, now jokes apart, but I seriously wanted to fold your hands because there's something I want to bring out of it, right?
Yes.
Okay, done? Okay, open them. Let them go. Fold again.
Yes.
Loose. Fold again. Now, okay. Did you imagine, notice every time I ask you to fold your hands, there's one particular hand that's on the top. Right? And one that's under it.
Yeah.
Right? For some of you it's the right that goes on the top, for some of you it's the left. But it is the same hand every time. Why?
Yes.
Why?
Habituated.
We have, right? Because we are creatures of habit. We human beings have small patterns. We have patterns for everything we do in life. And the patterns we have acquired over years. Right? The way we look at things, the way we think, our thought process, the way we look at problems, the way we look at solutions, the way we react when we hear the word business entrepreneurship. Right? And Yogesh was telling that when you go, people will first laugh at you, they will ridicule you, they will resist you. Why so? Because they are also creatures of habit, of pattern. Anything that breaks pattern makes you uncomfortable, right? So now, let's try one more thing. Now I'm going to ask you to fold your hands again, but this time you will fold it in the reverse way. Right? So if you are used to keeping your left hand under the right, this time the left should go on the top. Okay? Or if it is right on the top, the right should go under it. Okay? Fold your hands. How does this feel? Not comfortable. Okay. Difficult, challenging. Okay. Does it require more willpower? More conscious effort?
Yes.
Right? You have to think, oh, we have to win by hand. You know, they try to find their own hands. Right? Okay, let them go. Fold again. Still feeling little comfortable? Let them go. Fold again.
No.
You know? So what's happening? Something, it's a very important point. something as basic, as trivial, as insignificant as just folding our hands. If I make you change the pattern, it puts you in a state of discomfort. It makes you feel weird. If it makes you feel, what's this happening? I don't want to do that. Right? That's human nature. Do we agree? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, park this here for a moment. I'll come back to this point. Now, we are all here in this boot camp. Right? Okay. Is this something that we are used to do? Creativity, ideation, entrepreneurship. Is this something that we all grew up with? How many of you were taught when you were in school and college about these things? How many of you were you have this as a part of your job description when you are hired to the school? Okay, you are being a teacher. Now you have to promote entrepreneurship. Now you have to make students innovative. How many of you when you did your B.Ed? How many of you are B.Ed here? By the way, B.Ed, M.Ed, right? Some sort of all of you mostly. How many of you in your B.Ed you were taught how to go to the class, how to teach, how to mentor, a lot of things, right? How many of you were taught in your B.Ed how do you promote entrepreneurship?
Nobody.
Right? So this is something we have never been taught, we have never been exposed to, we have never expected to do this. And now suddenly, so we are in that pattern. And now suddenly, some people call you, nice people call you here for 3 days, make you do yoga at 6 in the morning, right? And then entire day they tell you that you have to do this, you have to become problem solvers, you have to do with this tolerance, you have to do that, right? Is this all not similar to changing your patterns?
Yes.
Yes or yes?
Yes.
Right? Is this something that we have never done?
Yes.
Right? Now, is this going to be easy then?
No.
Is it going to be easy when you go back?
No.
No? Because something, again, coming back, something as simple as changing the way I fold my hand is going to make me comfortable. Changing the way I teach, changing the way I interact with students, changing my own personality as a teacher, moving from a regular teacher, right, to a very, if you understand Maslow's hierarchy, a self-actualization by a teacher who wants to go and not only teach mathematics and chemistry and biology and physics, but also wants to make his or her student problem solver. That shift is going to make you uncomfortable first. Your students will become uncomfortable later. Right? For them the problem is going to be later. Your problem is going to start here. Yes or yes? Yes. Okay, now next question. If I make you do this, fold your hands the other way around which you are not used to. If I make you do this 25 times every day for the next 21 days, what will happen?
It becomes a habit.
Will it still be so uncomfortable? No. Will it still feel so weird? No. Right? So the one bad thing about human beings is that we are creatures of habit. But one good thing is we are flexible. We can learn new habits. We can break old patterns, right? But it requires consistently doing it. Just doing it one day, after 8 days, if you go back and try this, it will still feel uncomfortable. But if you do regularly 10-15 days, you will be able to fold your hands either ways. You know Saurav Ganguly, all of you know?
Yes.
He was a left-handed batsman or right-handed?
Left-handed.
You know what's natural dominant hand was?
Right-hand bowler.
He's a righty. How many of you know that? He's a righty. Right? And he developed, he practically intentionally said no because he realized left-handed batsmen are more बहुत कम होते हैं. Right? So bowlers are confused. So the point is, would it have been easier for him to do that? A right-hand guy playing entire career left-handed. Right? So this is going to be challenging for you when you go back. But the promise is that if you keep doing it, irrespective of whether people are laughing at you, ridiculing you, resisting you, making fun of you, but if you keep doing that, this will become a part of who you are. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Right? So are you guys committed to it? Are you guys committed to it?
Yes.
Good. So that was the first point I wanted to highlight right quickly. Second, you guys all have pen and paper?
Yes.
Right? I'm going to say some words and I want you to sketch them. For every word, you will get only 5 seconds.
Okay.
We are not here to make Picasso or M.F. Hussain level paintings. Right? 5 seconds and I give you the next word. Okay? And you have to represent that word pictorially. When I say sketch, you have to represent it pictorially. Don't just write it. Show it how that word you will show it in terms of a picture. Okay? And only 5 seconds. Very rough. Are you guys ready? Yes. Yes or yes? Yes. I don't hear from the back side. Bangladesh, Bhutan on that side behind. Are you guys with me? People over there? Yeah, good. Ready? The first word is mountains. Mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then next word is birds. Multiple is a plural, not a single bird. Multiple birds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next word is a house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next word, face of a baby. One face of a baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And last word is innovation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time up. Anybody who's now sketching is subjected to my shram. Pens on the table. Keep your pens down. Everybody pens on the desk. Cool. Had fun?
Yes.
Now this is something you can go back and do with the student also later. Okay, cool. Now I'll tell you one thing. You know? Let me ask a quick question. How many of you, when I asked you to draw mountains, you did not draw mountain? You drew triangles. Raise your hands if you did that. Okay, good. So one thing these people missed in my introduction, I am a lot of things, but I am also a self-taught, tuta-futa, kam-chala astrologer. I can look at your face and tell what's going on in your mind. Right? Okay, when I ask you birds, how many of you not drawn birds? You have drawn a small letter R. Okay. When I asked you to draw a house, you had not drawn a house, you had drawn a hut. A rectangle, then a triangle, then one more rectangle, if time permitted a window and two lines like this. And if you are fast enough, maybe a small tree. Right? Okay. How many of you, when I asked you to draw a face of baby, you had a circle, 2 dots, and 2 or 3 hair? Now tell me, have you ever seen a baby with 2 hair? Why does this happen? Why did this happen? Because that is how you are trained. When the first time you were a school kid, when the teacher walked into the classroom and said, let's draw a house, the teacher taught you to draw a hut. Back then you were innocent. You had no idea about the words. Whatever the teacher told you, said, this is the house, you said, okay, you accepted. Today you are 40 years old. You have seen skyscrapers in Hyderabad. You have seen the malls. You have seen the Taj Mahal perhaps. You have seen hotels, but you still, when I say house, on paper you are 40, mentally you are still 4. You are still stuck in that nursery class. And in logo we are expecting these people will work on the Even if I had given you 5 minutes, you would have drawn the same hut. Only you would have made it more beautiful. You would have made it sustainable and more colorful, that's it. Right? And I have done this across the country for past 10 years. I'm doing this activity, right? And this is a common trend, it's not only you guys, it's everywhere this happens. The reason is because we are, I just wanted to give one more example. If we want our students to break this pattern, first and foremost, we ourselves need to break these patterns. जब तक हम हट बनाते रहेंगे, बच्चों से बंगलो नहीं बन रहा. ठीक है? As long as we go to the classroom, our own PowerPoints are messed up. We don't even know what we are talking, and we are not solving the problems. And I normally see, one last example. I've been to some schools, even colleges. I studied in a tier 2 town, and I'm assuming most of us come from very tier 2, tier 3 places, right? In every school, every class, or every college, where it's not AC, there are fans in the classroom. You guys was talking about fans, yes. Right? And every school will at least have one classroom where one fan is making some noise. All class, congratulations. You are in good. At least one classroom, how many of you have that? That one classroom in the school somewhere is making, and it's very noisy, some very irritating noise. What do we do about that? We switch off the fan. Not every year. 2 days we're talking about being problem solvers. You know what typically the problem is? Not a very big technical problem. There is a cap over there. Under the cap there is a capacitor, right, and some wires. What typically happens is while this housekeeping staff they come and they clean, sometimes they push the cap here and there, so that wire and the capacitor they probably start rubbing each other. So that when the fan is rotating, is the wire and the capacitor in the shaft, they are just touching each other. That is what is making the noise in most cases. Some cases it could be the motor. What does it require to get rid of that noise?
Electrician.
Somebody has to put a table, stand, lift the cap, adjust the wire, put it back, just 1 minute. And the noise will be gone. But what do? We either ask for change of classroom, right? Or we switch on the phone. ना रहेगा बांस ना बजेगा बांसुरी, गर्मी में बैठे रहेंगे. That's the process. So when we talk about problem solving attitude, it's not solving big problems. So you will face up and all. It starts in the classroom. Is that attitude we give to students? Right? The small things. Why should we wait for the electrician to come and solve it? Why should we wait for the college or school administration to take it? It's my classroom. Right? Can I do something? Of course, there are certain things where you cannot, you have to require experts. But that's the attitude we want. And we have to get out of that attitude first. ये जो fan off कर देने वाला attitude जब तक है, हो गया तब तक हम सब done, we are done. Then not even a 3 months boot camp cannot help. As long as we are switching that fan off. Are you guys clear? Okay? And I want to close it with one advice or maybe what do you say? Suggestion on my side and then the story Yogesh was talking about. So what is your role as teachers? The way I see, and I have 4 C's for that. That's your role. Of course, you're learning jobs to be done, value proposition, business models padhenge. I think user persona, story, empathy, and all those things. If I go into empathy, I'll talk on empathy only, right? But I think there are 4 C's if you are able to do properly. Apart from this knowledge, you would be doing a huge favor to the country. Not your school, not yourself, not your student, you would do a huge favor to the country if you adopt, embrace, and practice these 4 C's. The first C for you, your role in the college, school, as teachers, is that of a confidence giver. Right? Yogesh was talking about a lot of ideas are killed in the mind, right? So number 1 place where the ideas are killed is our mind. Number 2 place where the ideas are killed, especially ideas by young students, they are killed, are in the staff rooms of schools and colleges. Because we are so used to 2 plus 2 equals to 4 ही होना चाहिए. If you write 2 plus 2 equals to 4.1, we give 0 marks. We come with that mindset. So when it comes to the idea, our first reaction is, it won't work. Because it won't work for you. Maybe you may not be able to do it. That kid has the potential. Right? What Yogesh was saying, that all ideas are beautiful and good, cute in the beginning, right? So first is when any student comes to you with an idea, rather than judging, discarding, projecting your own insecurities or lack of knowledge, just give them some confidence and say, okay, I'm not sure maybe whether this will work or not, but I am with you. Let's figure it out. That one sentence, right? And then you have the entire ecosystem supporting. You have the IACs, you have the Ministry of Education, you have the Wadhwani Foundation, you have the incubators. If you are not expert, you can get somebody from outside. You can get some other teacher. But don't kill it there. First is confidence, right? Because how many of you even today, if I ask you to close your eyes and think of one person who has had a huge impact other than your family in your life where you are, you will be able to come up with one teacher's name. And that was not the teacher who was the most expert, who spoke the best in the class, right? Who was the most qualified. That was the one teacher who said, I am with you. Because when your students, they want to embark on entrepreneurship, before they move forward, they're going to look sideways, they're going to look for you. And all that they expect from you, say, try, I'm with you. Right? That's the number 1. Second is curiosity. You have to spark their curiosity, but you have to also be curious. So when they come with an idea, rather than asking why it will not work, I normally recommend as a dangerous statement you should make that will make your life miserable. But statement should be, this looks interesting, tell me more. The first statement. See how the student's confidence shifts, how he feels. Then you can just go ahead, do whatever, right? That's number 2. Second C. Third C is connections, right? You are a teacher, you have hundreds of jobs, you have to teach, you have to do administrative work. You are not supposed to be a business expert. You're not supposed to go and start become an authority in business models and jobs to be done and design things. You should know a little bit, but you're not supposed to become experts at that. You don't have the time, right? But you should have a network of people. You should know people within your school, surrounding schools, outside, who can come and talk. So after certain stages, you say, okay, I will hand over this student for the next 1 or 2 months, I'll give them confidence, curiosity. At some stage where I feel, okay, this is beyond me, I connect them to AICT, I connect them to Wadhwani Foundation, I connect them to a local incubator, they will take it. Right? And don't let your ego come into picture. I've seen a lot of school teachers get into this, that they think that's from IDE to IPO mein hi leke jayega. At every stage, the startup is a different mentor. So that is the third thing. Have a connection of at least 5 people whom you can call and say, sir, I have a student who has this idea, I have helped him as far as I could. Can you spend 30 minutes with him? You should have 5 people in your WhatsApp or in your phone number who would be willing to say yes, if not immediately, maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, without saying kitna paisa hoga. That's your job to build that connection. And the number 4 and most important C is comfort with chaos. This is where, and especially directed towards all the senior management of the school, principals over here, right? There's a quote by Tim Brown. Tim Brown is a part of IDE, that's world's most popular, most costliest, most famous design consulting firm that designs products for Apple, or at least used to design. And he says that innovation requires, and this quote is written in my office actually, he says innovation requires above all the willingness to embrace chaos. Right? So an entrepreneurial school, an innovative school will be louder, will be messy, will be undisciplined a little bit, will be chaotic. And if you cannot tolerate that, you never become entrepreneur. So be a little bit comfortable with chaos. If you are able to do these 4 things, I think you'll be able to bring a huge change in the way we operate the schools. And the last, the story. How many of you have heard a story?
Chaos.
Nobody?
Chaos.
Okay. So there was a king once, right? And he used to think that all my subjects love me, they respect me, they value me a lot. And every year on the birthday, he used to do a huge feast for everyone. And people would come flock for the feast. And he used to think people respect me, so they come. But his advisor was a smart guy. So he said, sir, this is not your respect, this is not love. They just fear you because you're a king. Right? He said, no, they respect me. So he said, let's test. The next time when the king's birthday came, they made an announcement. They said, every year the king does a feast. This year also we'll do, you'll all come to the palace, you sit inside the palace and all. But there's a change because the king wants you to also be a part of the celebration. So we are going to serve kheer. Everybody knows what kheer is? Yes. What is it made up of? Rice, milk, sugar, dry fruit. Basic ingredients. Rest other thing made up. Basic 4 ingredients, right? It has to have rice, milk, sugar, and some, of course, it's a king's birthday, so there will be dry fruits also. So they said we put everything, but milk we want the subjects to contribute. The Janata should contribute the milk. So they put huge containers outside the village. Now you have to climb on the stairs and put and say, whoever has whatever capacity, please contribute. You can contribute 1 liter, 100 ml, 1 cup, 1 spoon, whatever is your financial capability, you go and contribute. And people started contributing. Right? People started contributing. Somebody went and put half a liter, 1 cup, 2 cup. Then one guy said, who's looking? And he was like, I'm here to make entry in the register at the bottom. Right? So one guy goes, he puts half milk, half water, pours in. So he puts 2 liter milk, 2 liter water, and entry is 4 liters. Right? The other guy goes 10 liters. Right? And slowly what happens, the percentage of milk starts getting reduced. So then comes a time where people are putting 20 liters, which has only half a liter milk, remaining is water, and the entry is 20 liters. And then that milk is used to make the kheer. On the day of the feast, they lock the doors, people come in, the king himself goes to feed. What happens? Nobody wants the kheer. The king is serving, people say, no, we don't want. And the king is forcing, no, it's my birthday, I'm serving you, you have to finish this bowl. They are not able to drink it. This is such a, and they're starting to complain. Such a pathetic kheer, there's no taste in it, you know, how king has made this, we did not expect, we expected a better thing. And after hearing all the complaints, the king said, I got the best of the rice the kingdom had. I imported the best of the dry fruits from across the country wherever I could. I got the best of the sugar I could get. I got the best of the royal cooks to make the kheer. I did all that was in my part, to the 10 on 10 part. There was only one thing I expected you to do. Milk. You are the ones. So don't blame me for the quality of the milk. It's you who were responsible for this quality of the milk because you did not play your part. Right? Wait. So I normally say clapping is very good. But if you clap at the right time, in the right context, it's good. If you clap out of context, at the wrong time, anyway, somebody will come and give 10 rupees note to you. Right? So, the point here is, this entire boot camp, you talk AICT, you talk the local institute, Host Institute, Narasimha Reddy College, you talk the Ministry of Education Innovation Cell, you talk Vadvani Foundation, they have got the best dry fruits they could. They got the best arrangements they could, they got the best speakers they could, they got the best trainers, they're trying to do everything. The milk is your active participation. So if at the end of 3 days, if you get that the kheer was wonderful, it was amazing, they get the credit, you also get the credit for not being dishonest with your participation. But if at the end of 3 days you can say, oh, that was a waste of time, this bootcamp was nothing, what? Don't blame them, they did everything. It was you who diluted the quality of the bootcamp by diluting the quality of your participation. Right? So are you guys committed to participating? Yes or yes? Yes. Okay. One thing, last, and I believe that very strongly. If you want to be different, you want students to be different, you have to be. How many of you noticed my shirt?
Yes.
You know? Huh? What's wrong with my shirt? I'm wearing the shirt ulta. It's inside out. And I did it while Yogesh was talking. I went to the washroom. I did it. That's how I do, right? Is it comfortable? Standing as a very high karke they have brought me here, standing in front of 100 teachers, and my shirt ulta is the table, says Mr. Puri, inside out. And I in fact put had my shirt tucked in when I came and put it out. Is this easy? Is this comfortable? Right? But I'm doing. So my challenge to you is, if you really think I want our students to think differently, act differently, be courageous, be bold, don't, Yogesh was talking about na, be shameless. This is me being shameless. I'm actually implementing it. So agar sahi mein, in fact, if I was the one coordinating this bootcamp, I would have made the condition that third day I will give certificate to only that person who comes with the kapda ulta. Yeah, yes. So if you really think that there's something has changed, your bootcamp is tomorrow also?
Yes.
Let's see how many of you try something weird tomorrow. I'm not expecting that ladies to come with saris ulta and all. You could just put your jacket ulta. I did a FDP last year, same AICD sponsored on campus. People came, I asked people, okay, you wear different socks and 2 different shoes. So there was one faculty who was the dean of a college here, he had a slipper in one leg and the shoes in other leg. And he moved entire day like that. But after that he called me and said, sir, that has boosted my confidence to a level that now I don't care about what people are laughing at me, ridiculing. Because if you can stand in a hall full of 100 people with dressing weirdly, and if that doesn't affect you, when you go back to the institutes, no matter how much people laugh at you, how much they ridicule you, how much they resist you, is that going to affect you? Yes or yes? Who said yes?
No.
Okay, so with that, I'll conclude over here. Thank you so much. You guys are very, very nice people over here.
Thank you.
Is it yes? Yes. Very good. Presentation of Ismail sir. Really sir, the Ministry of Education, Government of India, Director Innovation Cell agrees. This kind of sessions are required even for engineering college lecturers sir. Because it's a traditional, very old method. Of course, there are only 10% of faculty really very motivated and strong connected towards the research. With respect to actually what exactly laboratory is industry expecting, they are putting their blood and sweat to develop something in the laboratory. That's what is happening. That's what India is growing in certain areas. But if 90% of faculty members think in a similar way, if they contribute another 10% of the faculty, the India will be very. It's a really amazing presentation, sir. In spite of even the great experience, your presentation, you motivated me a lot. The small example, what you said, would talk about, sir. So it's really amazing. Even I may feel more fear to go beyond certain traditional way of approaching. So that's what is required because we are role models to our students. So just these small things make us a wonderful eye-opening. Thank you very much, sir. Of course, I missed Yogesh sir presentation, sir. But if you people permits, we will have some extra chairs in the seminar hall. I will ask my faculty members, 10 members from each department, 1 or 2, to join for this session.
It's all allowed, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. No, these people are, they were trained. How we are preparing for the class. How we studied BTech, we studied EG, we studied PG, and we have taken training, and now we are teaching the students within certain standards. In similar way, to think beyond certain curriculum, to think innovatively, and to mold the students. They have been trained, they have been exposed to a number of expert lectures. So they are experts, they are teachers. So therefore, thank you very much. The session went small. See how the teachers are very joyfully. This is what required. In a similar way, we should make our students to feel more joyful, more involving. We have some thought process required. That's what yesterday also I told my teacher. Wonderful, sir. Wonderful teacher, wonderful teacher. So thank you very much. Now, if on behalf of NRCM Engineering College Management, faculty and students, and I am requesting Yogesh sir to come on to the desk to accept our small token of appreciation presentation, sir. Please, sir.
Ready?
Big applause, please. felicitation, doctor's appreciation, tradition of nationality. No. I am requesting another 2 more faculty members from PMC schools. One male and of course, 2 members of that welcome. 2 members of, because I have seen the joy in your faces.
Where is Susan madam? Please come.
Yesterday, madam sang that song very melodiously, madam. Please join. The glory and the joy of teachers. And of course, really, I inspired a lot.
Both of us are also teachers. Yeah, both of us are also teachers for maybe last 15 years. Ismail is there. Last 10, of course, 15 years I am also a teacher first. Okay, and one thing is what we are going to ask. So you know who is the king? Ismail told you the whole story, Kheer story. So can I request our Wadhwani trainers to stand? So they are the king. They are going to put rice, dry fruits. What Mayur and me, we are going to ask you, kheer bana, nahi bana. Kheer kaise bana? Tomorrow afternoon. Okay? So enjoy. Thank you so much for this warm welcome and active participation. Thank you.
So now we have a lunch break, and I request you all participants please gather in sharp.
వాళ్ళ ఏజ్ రాస్తాము, జెండర్ రాస్తాము, geographic location, సో వాళ్ళ బిహేవియర్ ప్యాటర్న్స్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ అవన్నీ కూడా రాసేసుకుంటాం. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ద కస్టమర్ పర్సోనా ఇస్. వన్స్ దిస్ కస్టమర్ పర్సోనా ఇస్ కంప్లీటెడ్, దెన్ సో విల్ బి ట్రైయింగ్ టు అసెస్ మార్కెట్ సైజ్ క్యాల్కులేట్ ట్రై చేస్తాం. సో టోటల్ మార్కెట్ ఎంత ఉంటుంది, ఇమీడియట్ మార్కెట్ ఎంత ఉంటుంది, సో దోస్ థింగ్స్ సో వి విల్ లుక్ ఇంటు ఇట్. Soon after completing it, then so we will have a discussion on problem statement canvas. నిన్న ఒక టేబుల్ వేసాము, దాంట్లో 6 బ్లాక్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో దాని గురించి అది ఎలా ఫిల్ చేయాలని చెప్పేసి we will discuss on that. ప్రాబ్లమ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత విల్ బి సో విత్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ క్యాన్వాస్ ఆ 6 బ్లాక్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో ఆ 6 బ్లాక్స్ ని యూజ్ చేసి ప్రాబ్లమ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అనేది క్లియర్గా ఎలా రాయాలి, దానికి సొల్యూషన్ ఏంటి అనేది రాస్తాం. సో we'll be completing this entire episode so within the next 1 hour. So 3 o'clock వరకు ఇది కంప్లీట్ చేస్తాం. Now 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock so a session will be taken directly from NCRT. So so virtual conference వచ్చేస్తారు and they will be addressing you regarding the Parag. So assessments ఎలా జరుగుతున్నాయి అవన్నీ చెప్తారు వాళ్ళు. So once it is done 4 o'clock 4 to 4:30 again మీరు ఇప్పుడైతే ఛాన్స్ అయితే ప్రాబ్లమ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అని చెప్పేసి ఆ 6 బ్లాక్స్ ఫిల్ చేసి సొల్యూషన్స్ అని చెప్తున్నారు. So we'll ask few teams here, at least 5-6 teams, interested teams ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసి so they will be explaining చార్ట్ పెట్టుకొని వాళ్ళు చెప్తారు. So this is our problem statement. ఈ 6 blocks ఇది కాంటెక్స్ట్ ఇది దీనికి and then కాంటెక్స్ట్ ఇది then కాంపరేటర్స్ వీల్ on 6 blocks ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో 6 blocks చెప్తారు, సొల్యూషన్ కూడా చెప్తారు. 4 to 4:30 అది చేస్తాం. 4:30 we'll have a tea break and then followed by so incubation center visit. ఇక్కడ కొన్ని ల్యాబ్స్ ఏవో ఉన్నాయని చెప్పేసి అన్నారు and also products ఉన్నాయి అన్నారు. So we'll go to that and from there so we'll be closing the today's session. And tomorrow ఇప్పుడు ఓవరాల్ గా అయితే నేర్చుకున్నాము ఫస్ట్ నుంచి ప్రాబ్లమ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అని చెప్పేసి మాట్లాడడం, సొల్యూషన్ అండ్ డిజైన్ థింకింగ్ అనే ప్రోటోటైపింగ్. సో టుమారో మార్నింగ్ యాజ్ సూన్ యాజ్ వి కమ్ హియర్ ప్రోటోటైపింగ్ గురించి నేర్చుకుంటాం. సో డిఫరెంట్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ ఎలా ఉంటాయి, ఏ ప్రోటోటైప్ మనకు యూజ్ అవుతుంది అని చెప్పేసి once prototyping is done, so we will learn something about financial aspects also, revenue models ela chudali, and then expenditures ela calculate cheyali. So those things. Once it is done, overall ippudu mottham నేర్చుకున్నది మొత్తం స్టార్ట్అప్ ని ఒక 2 minutes లో ఎవరికన్నా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలంటే ఒక స్టార్ట్అప్ ని సో 2 minutes లో couple of minutes లో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలంటే ఒక టేబుల్ ఉంటుంది, లీన్ క్యాన్వాస్ మోడల్ అంటారు. సో దాంట్లో ప్రాబ్లమ్, సొల్యూషన్, ఛాలెంజెస్, సో ఫైనాన్షియల్ ఆస్పెక్ట్స్ ఏంటి, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ బి మెన్షన్డ్ ఇన్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ పేజ్. సో దాంట్లో మళ్ళీ ఒక 7-8 బ్లాక్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆ లీన్ క్యాన్వాస్ గురించి డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. సో వన్స్ లీన్ క్యాన్వాస్ ఇస్ డిస్కస్, దెన్ సో అందరూ మీరు ప్రిపేర్ చేయడం స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారు లీన్ క్యాన్వాస్. అండ్ ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ సో అరౌండ్ 12 o'clock నుంచి సో విల్ స్టార్ట్ హియర్. సో 2 minutes పిచ్చింగ్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నావో యూ విల్ బి కమింగ్ హియర్. సో మీరు 2 minutes లో ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారు అండ్ విల్ బి టేకింగ్ సమ్ ఫోటోగ్రాఫ్స్ ఆల్సో. ఇట్ విల్ కంటిన్యూ ఇన్ ద ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సెషన్ ఆల్సో. సో ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ కూడా కంటిన్యూ అయిపోతుంది అండ్ మేబీ అరౌండ్ 4 o'clock or 3:30 సో దే విల్ బి ప్లానింగ్ సో వాల్యూటరీ సెరమనీ ప్లాన్ చేస్తారు అండ్ యాజ్ సూన్ యాజ్ ఇట్ సో కన్క్లూడ్స్ వి కెన్ క్లోజ్ ద సెషన్. సో సొల్యూషన్ అనుకున్నారు, దాని పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో ఆలోచించండి. మీరు అనుకున్న ప్రోడక్ట్ కి కస్టమర్స్ ఎవరు ఉండాలి. సో ట్రై టు ఇమాజిన్ సో ఇన్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్. Right. So what is a customer persona? So a semi-fictional representation of your ideal customer base on market research and real data about your existing customer. So ఇంకా మనం సొల్యూషన్ వరకు వెళ్ళలేదు, ప్రోటోటైప్ వెళ్ళలేదు, మార్కెట్లో ప్రోడక్ట్ రిలీజ్ చేయలేదు. మనం ఇంకా స్టార్టింగ్ ఫేజ్లో ఉన్నాం. ప్రాబ్లమ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అయిపోయింది, ఒక సొల్యూషన్ కూడా ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాం. సో దీనికి మార్కెట్ కూడా ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాం, బిజినెస్ B2C మోడల్ లేదంటే B2B మోడల్. సో అది కూడా చేస్తాం. నౌ వీఆర్ థింకింగ్ అబౌట్ అవర్ కస్టమర్. నా కస్టమర్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా ఎలా ఉంటాడు, వాళ్ళ ఫీచర్స్ ఎంత ఉంటాయి. సో మేబీ కిడ్స్ అనుకుంటారు. సో 5 years కిడ్ నా కస్టమర్. దాని తర్వాత మేల్ ఆర్ ఫీమేల్. దెన్ ఇలాంటి లొకేషన్స్కి సో సో ఇండియాలో ఉంటే సౌత్ ఇండియా రీజియన్కి వెళ్తారా లేకుంటే నార్త్. సో ఎవరిని మనం టార్గెట్ చేస్తున్నాం కస్టమర్ని, వాళ్ళ బిహేవియర్ ప్యాటర్న్స్ ఎట్లా ఉంటాయి. సో ఆల్ దోస్ థింగ్స్ సో వీ నీడ్ టు చెక్ అవుట్ హియర్. బట్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా మీరు ఎలా థింక్ చేస్తారంటే థింక్ ఫ్రమ్ యువర్ ఓన్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్. మీ దానికి ఎవరు ఉండాలి అని చెప్పేసి ఆలోచించండి. See here, one example is given here. Okay, example ఇచ్చారు. ఈ example తోటి you will get more clarity on this. Fitness app. So there two customer personas are given. రెండు ఇచ్చారు అక్కడ. ఆ రెండిట్లో ఏది బెస్ట్ అని చెప్పేసి అంటున్నారు. ప్రాబ్లమ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఆర్ సొల్యూషన్ ఏంటంటే ఫిట్నెస్ యాప్. ఒక కంపెనీ వచ్చేసి ఫిట్నెస్ యాప్ని మార్కెట్లో తీసుకురావాలి అని చెప్పేసి అనుకుంటుంది. అండ్ ఫర్ దట్ దే వాంట్ ఎ కస్టమర్ పర్సనా, అంటే ఫిక్షనల్ క్యారెక్టర్ అయితే ఉందో ఆ క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేయడం ట్రై చేస్తున్నారు. 2 different క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో 1 క్యారెక్టర్ ఇస్ దట్ సో ఏజ్ మనం చెప్పాము ఇంతకుముందు. సో డెమోగ్రాఫిక్ ఫీచర్ ఒకటి ఉండాలి, geographic feature, then psychometric feature. So then the last one is so behavior feature. 4 features and now. So demographic ఏమన్నా age, gender, category, income levels. So all these things are represented now. Then geographic location wise distribute చేస్తున్నాం. Next behavior pattern and psychometric pattern. So వాళ్ళది purchasing mode ఎలా ఉంది, వాళ్ళది motivation for purchase motivate చేస్తుంది. So all those things ఇక్కడ కవర్ అవుతాయి. ఏజ్ ఫస్ట్ క్యాండిడేట్ ఏజ్ వచ్చేసి 20 to 45 years అనుకున్నాడు. అండ్ లొకేషన్ వచ్చేసి అర్బన్ ఏరియాస్లో సో ఉండే 20 to 45 years మధ్యలో ఉండే వాళ్ళు. ఆక్యుపేషన్ డైవర్స్ రేంజ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఫుల్ టైమ్ వర్కింగ్ ప్రొఫెషనల్స్ టు స్టే ఎట్ హోమ్ పేరెంట్స్ అంటే మొత్తం ఎవ్రీవన్ అని చెప్పేసి అంటున్నాడు. సో ఎంప్లాయీస్ అంటున్నాడు. సో హూ విల్ నాట్ ఎంప్లాయ్. సో దోస్ థింగ్స్ ఆల్సో స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆల్సో ఎవ్రీవన్ అందరూ నా కస్టమర్స్ అని చెప్పి చెప్తున్నాడు. Often balancing work with family life. Fitness goals. So goals ఏంటంటే పోస్ట్ పార్టమ్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్ అని చెప్తున్నాడు. సో women సో ఆఫ్టర్ ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ సో పోస్ట్ పార్టమ్ పీరియడ్ అయితే ఉంటుందో సో వాళ్ళకి కొన్ని ఎక్సర్సైజెస్ నేను ఇచ్చేస్తా అని చెప్పేసి అంటున్నారు. నెక్స్ట్ అగైన్ సింపుల్ మొబిలిటీ ఎక్సర్సైజెస్, నార్మల్ సింపుల్ ఎక్సర్సైజెస్. దెన్ యోగా అండ్ మెడిటేషన్ కూడా నేర్పిస్తాను. సో ఇవన్నీ ఫిట్నెస్ గోల్స్. ఎవరైతే కస్టమర్ ఫిట్నెస్ గోల్స్, సొల్యూషన్ ఫిట్నెస్ గోల్స్ కాదు, కస్టమర్ ఫిట్నెస్ గోల్స్. సో అంటే కొంతమందికి సో విమెన్ అయితే ఆఫ్టర్ ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ పీరియడ్ వాళ్ళు పోస్ట్ పార్టమ్ నేను ఎక్సర్సైజెస్ చేయాలి, దెన్ అగైన్ మళ్ళీ సో టు రిగెయిన్ సో ద ఫిజికల్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్. అది తీసుకురావడానికి కొన్ని ఎక్సర్సైజెస్ కావాలి. అండ్ దెన్ సింపుల్ మొబిలిటీ ఎక్సర్సైజెస్, సపోజ్ నీ పెయిన్స్ ఉన్నాయి అలాంటి వాళ్ళకి సింపుల్ ఎక్సర్సైజెస్ చేయించాలి. దెన్ ఫ్యూ పీపుల్ దే విల్ బి ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ ఇన్ యోగా, మెడిటేషన్ నేను చేస్తా అని చెప్పి అనుకుంటారు. సో నా ఈ కస్టమర్ పర్సన్ అండ్ లైఫ్ స్టైల్ అట్రిబ్యూట్స్, హెల్త్ కాన్షియస్ పీపుల్ అండ్ టెక్ సేవింగ్. సో ఇవి మొత్తం డిఫైన్ చేస్తున్నాడు కస్టమర్ని. ఈ కస్టమర్ ఫిట్ అవుతాడా? నెక్స్ట్ అనదర్ కస్టమర్ ఈస్ ఏజ్ ఇస్ 30 to 45 years కేటగిరీ. నెక్స్ట్ లొకేషన్ అగైన్ అర్బన్ ఏరియాస్ అంటున్నాడు. ఆక్యుపేషన్ వచ్చేసి ప్రొఫెషనల్స్, ఓన్లీ ప్రొఫెషనల్స్, వర్కింగ్ ప్రొఫెషనల్స్, మిడ్ రేంజ్ టు సీనియర్ లెవెల్ పొజిషన్స్. దెన్ ఫిట్నెస్ గోల్స్ ఇస్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ ట్రైనింగ్ కోసం వర్క్ చేస్తారు. అండ్ క్రాస్ ఫంక్షనల్, సో ట్రైనింగ్, సో ఆల్మోస్ట్ జిమ్లో చేస్తారు, అది కావాలి అనుకుంటున్నారు. లైఫ్ స్టైల్ అట్రిబ్యూట్స్, హెల్త్ అండ్ ఫిట్నెస్, ఫ్యామిలీ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీస్. So madam, so this is the characteristics of the customers in customer expectations. So if fitness app అనేది, so customer 1 or for customer 2 ఎవరికి ఫిట్ అవుతుంది? either for customer 1 అంటే చూస్తే బ్రాడ్గా ఇద్దరికి అప్లికేబుల్ అవుతుంది కదా అని చెప్పేసి అంటాం. సో ఇద్దరు యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా, ప్రాబ్లం ఏమన్నా. బట్ విచ్ వన్ will be apt, which one will be more suitable?
So let me put it in this way. So what is the meaning of customer persona is, before developing the solution, నేను డెవలప్ చేసే సొల్యూషన్కి కస్టమర్ ఎలా ఉంటాడు, దట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఎ కస్టమర్ పర్సోనా. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఫిట్నెస్ యాప్ డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నాను, నేను కస్టమర్ని ఎలా ఊహించుకున్నానంటే 2 sides. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ వన్ ప్రొఫైల్, కస్టమర్ ప్రొఫైల్. దిస్ ఇస్ ద సెకండ్ కస్టమర్ ప్రొఫైల్. ఈ ప్రొఫైల్ యూజ్ చేసుకుని యాప్ బిల్డ్ చేస్తే ఐ డిజైన్ ఏ యాప్ in some direction. If I assume this profile, the targeted group 7%, this will be reduced. Okay. So the customer persona means it is what is the characteristics of the customers who are using your app. If you choose very generic customer personal profile for designing one app or one solution, then your solution may not have sustainability. Okay. So there are 2 profiles. In the 2 profiles, let's say, just go back to the previous slide. So there are 2 profiles. So if you design your solution based on the first profile, you will have a more genericness. Your app building also much difficult in that case. If you choose second profile, see 30 to 45 years, my fitness goals are only limited, strength training only, lifestyle is for only health and fitness. Okay, with small personal characteristics. With these characteristics, if I go and design my app, then it will have a more sustainability, because designing this with this persona is easy than that, because that has to cover a lot of features. Okay, so that is why. So before developing a solution, we require customer characteristics. But the customer characteristics, then మనం ఎదురు చేసి తీయలేం కదా.
Now whereas case 2 uses say, case 2 fitness intent is very clear. So only cross strength training మాత్రమే చేపిస్తామని చెప్తున్నాం. And also ability to payment, stable income, only working professionals అని చెప్తున్నాము. Stable income వస్తుంది, వాళ్ళని బేస్ చేసుకొని మనం సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్ ఫీ పెడతాం. And also product design, so since we are targeting the specific set of people, మనం product design కూడా ఈజీ అయిపోతుంది. సో వాళ్ళని బేస్ చేసుకొని కస్టమైజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. So in this way, we need to identify the effective, narrow down really specific గా మన కస్టమర్ ఎవరు ఉంటారు, ఐడియల్ కేసులో ఎవరు ఉండాలి కస్టమర్, అది మనం ఇమాజిన్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఆర్ సొల్యూషన్, వాళ్ళ ఫ్రస్ట్రేషన్ ఏంటంటే, దీని మీద ఫ్రస్ట్రేషన్ అంటే వాళ్ళకి ఇది ఎలా ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఫియర్స్ అండ్ మోటివేటర్స్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ B2C, డైరెక్ట్ కస్టమర్స్కి అయితే ఇది ఉంటుంది. B2B అనుకోండి, బిజినెస్ టు బిజినెస్, బిజినెస్ టు గవర్నమెంట్, అది వేరే ఉంటుంది మళ్ళీ. సో కస్టమర్ పర్సన్ అనేది ఇప్పుడు గవర్నమెంట్ ఎలా ఉండాలి, గవర్నమెంట్ గోల్స్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, గవర్నమెంట్ దేని మీద విజన్ దేని మీద ఉంది, సో దోస్ థింగ్స్ విల్ బి ఇంక్లూడెడ్. బట్ హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఓన్లీ రిగార్డింగ్ ద కస్టమర్. Right. So here one particular example is given here once again. So in the high school, ఈ 100 members లో ఆల్రెడీ ఒక 20 ట్యూషన్ పాయింట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, అక్కడ 30 members వెళ్తున్నారు, 40 members వెళ్తున్నారు. సో ఇప్పుడు నేనేమనుకుంటా అంటే, మా కాలనీలో రిమైనింగ్ 60 members ట్యూషన్ ఫెసిలిటీ లేదు కాబట్టి దానిలో 20 members నా దగ్గరికి వస్తారేమో అని చెప్పేసి అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకుంటాను. మై ఇమీడియట్ మార్కెట్ 20 members వస్తారు, అండ్ పర్ స్టూడెంట్ నేను మంత్లీ మేబీ ఒక 100 rupees కలెక్ట్ చేస్తాను. సో 20 into 100 is 2000 rupees. So that is my SOM, serviceable obtainable market. And సర్వీసబుల్ ఆబ్టైనబుల్ మార్కెట్. సో ఇమీడియట్ మార్కెట్. ఇప్పుడు నేను స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే సో 10 మంది వచ్చేస్తారు. సో 10 into per student or 20 into 10 100 rupees per student, 2000 rupees. So ఇది నా immediate market, first immediate market. Then after that, so maybe ఒక 1 month, 2 months or 6 months తర్వాత నా ట్యూషన్ బాగా రన్ అవుతా ఉంది.